Of the intense research that I've done on Korea, I really, and I repeat that, I'm sure I must have said this before, I haven't experienced like a major culture shock here. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Buhle Mbola, launching your careers as professional English teachers abroad. Ingelosi, yay. No, yes, it is still me in my very beautiful African crown. With absolutely no makeup on. Guys, I decided to just shoot this video again because I did a shoot on Friday, but I didn't quite like it, so I decided, I just knew that I could give you guys better content, so I decided to just not put on makeup today, because when I put on makeup, like by the time I'm done, the way my makeup takes so long to complete, by the time I'm done, I'm just over it. So I decided to come to you natural as I am, so please accept this. This is me. Okay, so in today's video, which is the same video that I shot on Friday, I will talk about the 10 things that I don't like about South Korea. Of course, I love this country and I feel that it's home away from home, but there are a few things that I need a bit of adjusting to, and I'm not going to mention other I will mention a few things that other YouTubers that I watched before I came here also didn't like about South Korea, but they haven't really bothered me much because I haven't experienced them firsthand. So the first thing would be the system of hierarchy here in Korea. For instance, you have to you speak to whoever is right above you. You can't go from your co-teacher to the principal. You need to you communicate in stages. So I haven't really had a problem with that because I love and I enjoy working with my mentor teacher, who's also my co-teacher. We haven't had any issues. I'm more than happy to communicate things with her before in fact, she's the only person I want to communicate with regarding anything. So I haven't really dealt with that, and other people have complained about Korea being a patriarchal society as well, and I also haven't experienced this firsthand, so I have nothing to say regarding that. So those are just some of the few things that other YouTubers complained about before I came here, and of course I watched these videos because I wanted to be aware of the challenges that I could potentially face, and I needed to know that I would deal with them or not. If not, I would have picked a different country. So clearly I wasn't, like, it didn't bother me much. And upon arriving here, because of the intense research that I've done on Korea, I really, and I repeat that, I'm sure I must have said this before, I haven't experienced like a major culture shock here because I was well aware of how my stay would be, and it has been exactly the way that I had anticipated it from all the videos and all the blogs that I read about the country. So I'm just gonna add my little 10 things to the list to make you guys aware and to possibly help you decide whether you still want to come teach in Korea, you want to look into other countries as well. So in no particular order, let's get started. Okay, the first thing is gas stove. I don't like cooking with gas stove. I think I've noticed that almost everyone here, all the places I've been, my friends' places, everyone seems to be using gas stove. I don't like gas stove because one, it burns my food, and two, I like the oven because I like baking sometimes. I like grilling, so I don't have that option here because all we have is the gas stove. Second thing would be that the winter is extremely cold. And you know, when I looked up, I think I watched one of the other YouTubers must have said that it's really cold here. So I knew that I needed to bring warm clothes, and it's extremely cold, and I thought I was ready, but I really wasn't. I really wasn't ready. Like, I can't even emphasize how bad the winter is here, and I'm really scared that we're headed towards winter. Well, it's summer now, but like in 2 seasons we're going to be experiencing winter, and I'm not ready. So that's one thing that I want you guys to be aware of. Like, I experienced my first snow here in Korea for like a week. It was snowing, and I just stayed indoors the entire time. There was a point where we were at the provincial orientation, and I stayed indoors for the 3 days that we were there for, and I wouldn't go out, and the other girls went out to check the area, and they found KFC and they ate, because also we were not feeling the food that they were offering at the hotel where we stayed. So I starved because I wouldn't eat the food at the hotel, and I wouldn't go out. And also I had flu at the time, terrible flu. So those were my worst days here. Like the first month was the worst because it was extremely cold, and I wasn't coping. And I still think I'm gonna have a hard time coping with the winter later on in the year. Yeah, so the third thing would be not knowing the language. Obviously, you can imagine that this is a huge problem. The language barrier is a huge problem, not on the negative side, but on the positive side. When I think about it, like, I've had a lot of people want to have conversations with me, and I want to speak to them as well, but obviously they don't know the English language. I don't know the Korean language, which is Hangul. So it's a struggle communicating, because there's just no middle ground. There's no middle ground. So it's really going to help if you go and you read or you look into ways of learning the Korean language before you come here. It's really going to help you. I advise that you watch a lot of K-pop as well. K-drama, sorry. K-pop is the genre of music. K-drama are the movies, the Korean movies. Maybe I'm also delaying my process of learning the Korean language by not watching K-drama, but I don't know. I don't have time for TV. I haven't used my TV for like 4 months now. So yeah, I'd advise that you'd also watch, there's a channel, Speak to Me in Korean, Talk to Me in Korean. Yeah, that's the book that I have. That's the book that I bought for learning the language. It has a few easy lessons, but I've just been lazy, honestly. Like, I want to learn the language, but I'm not putting in the effort. So that's entirely on me. So yeah, you want to learn the language, but the few things that I can teach you now that I know, 안녕하세요, which is hi, hello. 감사합니다 means thank you. And the last one would be 안녕히 계세요, which means goodbye. So those are the 3 things that you learned from me for free. Then the 4th thing is jaywalking. Can't jaywalk here. I don't want to go into a story about it, but I hate that we don't have the option to jaywalk here. We have to go. Sometimes my place is right across. I have to go all the way around. Can't jaywalk. That's just me being a bad girl, but I like shortcuts. I've always liked shortcuts. That's just me. Number 5. Are showers. But again, I was aware of this before I came here, but it's one thing that you also want to look into and see if you're going to have an issue adjusting to. But this is just how Korean showers are. It's one of those showers that you handle. It's not the whole bathroom setup is just Korean. It's very different. So watch my last video, Korean apartment tour. You'll see how the showers are there, and then just see if you want to cope with that or not. If not, then you might want to look into other countries that have showers similar to those that we have at home. Number 6, there's dog shit everywhere. I can't get into that, but there's dog shit everywhere, just randomly. Yeah. Number 7, the smell of the cigarette here is terrible. It's terrible. It smells 10 times worse than the normal. I'd say normal because it's normal back home. Like I'd gotten familiar to the type of cigarette smell that there is back home. But the it smells like tar, but like it's just terrible. It's terrible. It's bad. It suffocates me. So that has been an issue. Number 8, everything in Korea, it's not what it seems. It doesn't taste like what it seems. So when you expect your fried chips to be hot and spicy, they are sweet. A lot of things here in Korea are sweet. It's very rare that you're going to find something that's truly spicy. Koreans don't like salty, spicy things. They speak a lot about spicy this, spicy this, spicy this, but essentially what they mean is sweet chili. That's that. And then number 9, I've had an amazing experience with Korean drivers, cab drivers so far. But there was a time when we went to Seoul. We went to Seoul for the weekend, and we were in Hongdae. So we were out clubbing. We were club hopping the entire night. And then there was one particular club where we couldn't go in because we had left our ARC cards at the place where we stayed. So we needed to go get that very quickly. And we were trying to get into a cab, but it was a mission. So we were trying to show them the address on our phones, but they would not take us because they were like, we don't understand where this place is. We're not going to risk it. We hear about business. You need to know your story. And it didn't help that we couldn't speak the language either. So that was an issue. Like, it took us about 30 minutes to find a cab driver. And that was only after we had asked one of the guys, the Korean guys, to help us with the cab, getting a cab. Because the cabs were free. There were a lot of free cabs, but they just wouldn't take us because they didn't understand where we were going, and they knew that we would have issues when we get lost because we don't know the language. And before he even took us, he didn't understand where this area was, so he just would not take the chances. Many of them would not take the chances. So we spoke to one of the guys, and they spoke to the drivers on our behalf, and they try to explain where this place was. So that's how we eventually got into one of the cabs. And even then, there was still an issue because when we got there, like how we came back was a different route. We came like from the back, so we could not recognize the place where we were staying for the weekend because we came from the back, so it really looked different. And he was like, "Hey, Salanla, give me my money, get off my car." And Dimple and I went. Dimple, by the way, Dimple H has got a YouTube channel, does makeup, excellent makeup. You need to check her out, Dimple H. So Dimple and I went another route trying to find this place, and we could tell on Kakao Maps that the place was around somewhere, that we were close by, but we just couldn't find the place because it looked different from the back than what we knew it to be when we first came to this place, which was from the front. So that was a bit of an issue. Otherwise, I've had an amazing experience with Korean drivers. They're always nice, always willing to speak to us in English, and they try to find out where we're from. Nice conversations, easy, comfortable. And then there was one funny story where we were in Busan for the weekend with Miriam and Lorna, and this Korean driver was hooting at us, and he was like, which was so cute. He literally did it like 3 times. He was hooting, and he's like, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And we're like, kamsahamnida. Anyway, yeah, that's they're generally very, very sweet. And a lot of the videos that I watched before coming here, a lot of the girls said that they would come on to you. I haven't had that experience. I hope not to go through that. They've just been nice. If anything was close to a Korean cab driver coming on to me was in Busan, but that wasn't even. I think he was just appreciating a cute black girl, you know what I'm saying. So that was that. Yeah. And then I actually have more points than that I had initially had before starting the shooting this video. So I have more points that I'm adding on to the list of supposedly 10. Now we have more points to go on. Number 10 is that, oh, this is actually not my point. This is one of the Korean traveling net spoke about how like Koreans mind their business, and I've said this myself before in one of the other videos, that they either mind their business or they're interested. But when they mind their business, they mind their business so good that you could be in trouble and they will not care. Like you could be in trouble of some sort and they will not care. They just keep it moving. They've got tunnel vision. You're not my business. And I was so shocked when I saw this. We were in Iksan with Lorna and again Miriam, visiting Miriam in Iksan, and we had gone to this ice cream place. And outside we saw this lady in a wheelchair, and she had a baby girl at the back of the wheelchair. So the baby girl was crying. Looking for some attention. And this lady was just like, she just had her earphones on, and it was just so painful to watch, because I'm like, how? And people were just walking past. We even thought to buy the girl ice cream and give it to her, the baby girl, but we thought no, maybe that would be like too much. And of course, with the way that she was not paying attention to the baby girl, we were like, she would definitely not allow the baby to accept ice cream from strangers, black strangers. So we just decided to keep it moving and to mind our own, but that was sad to watch. Number 12 or 11, next point, extra points. I don't like that I've had, and I watched a lot of videos. They spoke about how before coming you need to be careful that the Koreans will come onto you. They'll try to get you to join a cult, and they want to try to get you to spend money and what. Anyway, I was very cautious when I got here. I was looking out for people trying to invite me places, asking me strange questions that they themselves as natives should know about, asking foreigners. I was cautious. I was ready to run, but that had never really happened. So yeah, to a point where I actually forgot that there's such thing. But then when I shot that video in Iksan, the Korean apartment tour, when I came back that day, a couple approached me and they were trying to invite me to join a cult. And I was like, okay, because I'm a nice person, and also I wasn't trying to offend anyone, you know, I was just trying to like end the conversation as quickly as I could. But they were really interested in me. They were asking where I'm from and and I like talking to people, so I spoke to them until I was like, okay guys, I have to go. And then they were like, okay, come with us today. And I was like, no, I can't do that now. I'm tired and I've got to prepare for school tomorrow, because this was a Sunday. I've got to prepare for school. I can't come today. So then they're like, okay, let's have your Kakao ID, let's add you, and then you can come sometime during the week. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem, let's do that. They added me on Kakao, but I knew Uguti, as soon as I get home and they send me a message, I'm going to block the heck out of them. And that's exactly what I did, because I was like, no, you're a nice person, it was a nice chat, but I'm not interested in whatever it is that you have to offer me. Yabonga, it's okay, it's all good. Okay, so I blocked her. The minute she said, hey, it's Haren, whatever her name was, we just met, I was like, block. And then also another incident was when I was coming from the bank. I'd gone to pay for my electricity bill, and two girls approached me, and it was nice. It was a nice conversation, except I was in a rush to get back to school, because this was in between my 2-hour lunch break. Yabo. So I wanted to get back to my place and eat, and also get back to school. So these girls were holding me up, but they were really interested. So what they were offering me was a church, their church, but like it's God. They praise a woman God, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. So they asked me to follow their website, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll do that. But I knew very well I was not going to do that. But like I had to, keep the conversation going. I had to promise them whatever I needed to promise them so that they get off my back and allow me to go back. And then, yeah, so basically I don't like strangers coming on to me, approaching me on some join this or join that, join this or join that. And then yeah, that's about the and then also the beauty standards. I'm sure you've been aware, if you've been watching videos about Korea, you'll be aware that the beauty standards are very high here in Korea. Like, they are all about making themselves pretty. Like, this here is going to determine the level of respect that you get here. So yeah, with that said, I wanted to advise those that are doing interviews to obviously make sure that you make yourself look presentable, make yourself look professional for your interviews when you're doing your interviews, because I think that plays a huge role. They want to see that you take care of yourself. So put a little bit of makeup, like as you would in if you're going for a professional like an interview. Like, remember I said that you need to treat your interview like a real, like you're going into a company for an interview. So dress formally and also wear a little bit of makeup so that you look nice and neat, because beauty is everything here in Korea. So those are the few things that annoy me about about living in Korea, but it's not a big deal. If you adapt to the Korean style of minding your own business, you'll do just fine. But like, you needed to be aware, so that's why I had to share these details or these points with you so that you guys are aware. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed sharing the little bit that I know, and I hope to see you in the next video. Remember to watch my previous videos. The first and most important one is the first one, Apply to Teach English in South Korea. You want to catch up on things like EPIK versus talk, so that you're aware of the differences between applying through the one which is a scholarship and the one which is a full-time professional job. But they both offer the same benefits. They both still like full-time jobs. And then you also want to watch the one where I talk about money matters. I cannot stress how important it is that you watch the money matters video, because this is going to help you understand how much money you need to save up or invest or have ready or have prepared for making your journey to coming here a success. So those are the 3 most important videos that I'd advise that you totally catch up on. And then yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a lovely week. Yeah, because I'm shooting this on a Sunday. So go on and have a lovely week. God bless you. I love you. Have a good one. Mwah.